Hell's Paradise might be the best anime out right now. And I mean better than Jujutsu Kaisen.
What did he say?
I'm not joking, guys. Hell's Paradise is so sick. I just watched the last couple episodes. I like to watch Hell's Paradise in chunks. And my God, the action in this anime, this is really contender of the year, guys. Hell's Paradise, I hope you're watching it because it is incredible. And today, you know what we're talking about. We are talking Hell's Paradise, baby. Thank you for joining me, guys. Let's jump right into it. Hell's Paradise. We pick right back up where we left off with our group, and basically they've split up, right? They have a plan. They're gonna get the elixir and they're gonna find an escape route, right? So we pick up with Gabimaru, Yuzuriya, Sagiri, and Mei, right? They're gonna go get the elixir. Bow. They jump into the apartment, we get a 16. Gabimaru and Yuzuriya, they're like sneaking around, they're teaching everybody how to be shinobi, super quiet, sneaky. They get up into the storage room where the elixir's supposed to be, but Ron, one of the Tensen, he's waiting for them there.
Hello there.
Right? And guys, basically, this chunk of episodes is like the best action I've seen all year. Like, this stuff might clear Jujutsu Kaisen, right? The first battle that we get treated to is Ron versus Gabimaru and Yuzuriya, right? And it is incredible, guys. Gabimaru is just a beast, right? He's got the ton moving. And you know what the craziest part about this battle is? We find out that with Tao, there's attributes, right? So you've got your wood, earth, metal, fire, air, or water, right? And Ron, his Tao is a hindrance to Gabimaru. So Ron has got the upper hand, which is already chopped, right? But Yuzuriya, she's got the upper hand on Ron, right? So it's a good duo, but kind of not really. Everybody's canceling each other out in this three-way, right? But Gabimaru, he's still going toe-to-toe with Ron, right? Like, boom, boom, boom. He's going crazy, right? And Yuzuriya, she's coming in with these tag team duos, Gabimaru's beating his ass up. Oh, he hits the duck and Yuzuriya comes up. Oh, wow, with the slash right behind him, Like, they're putting Ron to the edge, It's crazy, though, because you guys know, the Tensen, these guys are not playing around. They've been training for 1,000 years, guys. Okay, these aren't no scrubs, right? Like, these guys are literally masters. And Gabimaru and the whole crew, they literally just learned about Tao, right? Like, they just started utilizing it, right? So of course they're super on the lower half, right? Like, they're on the defense here. But Ron, he's got this sick ability, basically. He stretches his Tao super thin and he like wraps it around his body like a coat of armor. So it's making it even harder for them to get any hits on. But this is literally just a testament to how sick Gabimaru is, because he's still giving Ron the beats. The beats. And he's got a weaker attribute. Like, Gabimaru is guys, Gabimaru has to be top 5 protagonist of the year. Like, he might be the best MC of the year, man, because this guy is just so crazy, bro. He's putting the beats on Ron, like he's like, I have to find that place between stillness and movement, and he's just like, they're going back and forth crazy. Yuzuriya is barely even in the battle, like, she's just there for like a 1-2s to get like the finishing blows, because she can't even keep up with these guys. Like, that's how sick they are, but Gabimaru's going hard, right? And they get the upper hand, and Yuzuriya, she cuts his navel, right? Because that's where their weak spot is. You got to hit them in their weak spot with the hindering attribute, right? So Yuzuriha gets that strike on him, and you know, she's about to go in for another one, and I'm like, okay, like, you guys did it. Like, this is craziness, you know? But boom. This is where we find out the Tensen, they've got a Kishiki transformation, I think it's called. Basically, it's just a resurrection from Bleach, you know? Like, you know how the hollows, like, boom, you know, you push them to the edge and then they go crazy and they unleash the second mode. This is basically what that is, right? So flowers just start popping out of this guy, right? And he just turns into like this like weird monk looking thing, this alien monk, you know? Like, the designs, they did a really good job making them like creepy, and like, it's so like, even like in the next battle, like the resurrection it's gross, like it's gruesome, you know? Like, he looks weird, he's got like 4 arms, he's like praying and shit. It's crazy work, you know, brother. And that's when like everything is done, you know? Like, he just starts giving Gabimaru the beats, like the beats, you know? Like he was giving him like them, like, oof, like, oh, it's so bad to say, like, Gabimaru just got crushed, you know? And Yuzuriha, like, can't do shit, you know? Like, there's literally a moment, it was actually a really beautiful moment, you know? But it was like, they cut this moment where they're both talking, and Yuzuriha's like, I'm just gonna protect my own life, you know? She's always acting like she's only out for herself and shit. But push comes to shove, and we find out she really is a good girl, man, because Gabimaru's about to get smoked, and instead of her just like running off and taking off for safety for herself, she grabs Gabimaru and starts running, and she's like, yo, like, we gotta retreat. Ron comes up behind them. Boom, he's literally about to crush them, and Gabimaru, boom, stops him, you know? With his last bit of strength left, you know, he stops him, because they're both about to get crushed. And that's when Ron just stabs him, like, dead ass, like, I'm not even joking, like, stabs this guy through the chest, right? Throws him on the pillar, just drops him to the ground. Last thing we see is Gabimaru, and he's like, I'm just trying to get back home to my wife, and I'm like, bro, no way this guy just died. There is no fucking way. But now, I'm like, I don't know how they're gonna resurrect him. And don't spoil it in the comments, because I genuinely do not remember. I haven't read Hell's Paradise in like 3 years. So I dead ass have no idea how this guy gets resurrected. So as of right now, Gabimaru is currently dead. And that's where we leave that first little episode, right? Next, we switch over to our other group, right? Which is Fushi, Gantetsusai, and Toma, right? They walk up into the Bochu Palace where, you know, Jufa and Tafa are, because they be doing the Bochu Jutsu, right? And we get this actually might be my favorite. Actually, you know what? This is my favorite battle. It's definitely Gantetsusai and Fushi. But this moment is so sick because they're standing there at the bottom, and we get Chobei, right? And he's with the Tenzen because he made a deal with the Tenzen to let them research on him, and basically he cut a deal that he's gonna walk away and he'll give everybody else up, but he gets to keep his brother, because at the end of the day, that's the only person who really cares about, right? His brother. So his brother's standing there, and his brother's kind of like, oh shit, like, bro, like, you're with the Tenzen? But Chobei's like, you know, like, come Toma, like, join me. You know, like, I made a deal, you're good, it's all good. Gantetsusai's like, go on, kid, like, I don't care, get out of here, you know? So Toma's going, he's walking up the stairs, right? There's this moment where Toma's standing in front of Chobei, you know? They just look up at each other, and they just have the wickedest smiles on their faces. And shoom, they draw their swords, and they slice off both Jufa and Talfa's head. I'm like, oh my god! Yo, Say what y'all want. Chobe is one of the sickest characters in Hell's Paradise. I don't care. He's all about adaptability. You know, he does what's best for him in the moment. And at the end of the day, he's loyal as fuck. Okay? It's him and his brother. All right? Like, this guy does not care, bro. He'll do whatever it takes to survive. And that's, like, come on. Like, you have to be adaptable, you know? If there's one thing that you should be, it is adaptable. Because if you can adapt, you can win. All right? Adapt. It's so important. I just love that aspect of his character, right? So, boom, he switches up right away, you know? He don't care, you know? And then we get the Chobe brothers versus Jufa, which is crazy because Jufa, he's all cocky, you know? He's like, oh, this is going to be like the first time. Because if you guys remember, in season 1, Jufa actually already fought Chobe and Toma, right? Like, he already fought them. And he crushed them easy. This was back when they were scrubs, before Chobe even had none of that power, you know? But things are different now. Right? These guys, you know, Jufa comes, he comes cocky again, you know? He comes with his almighty push, you know? But boom, Chobe's right there with his sword. And Toma, shum. Yo, the way these guys are fighting, it is so sick. They're, even Jufa, you know, he's like, they're like two people in one, the way these guys are fighting. Shum. I'm like, yo, guys, the action in Hell's Paradise. Oh, mwah. It's so crazy. This fight was mad. You know, Jufa's like, you know, like, I'm sorry, guys. I'm getting way too excited. But Jufa, you know, he's getting pressed. You know, he's like, yo, Chobe, like, this guy is way stronger. Like, his Tao, like, he's gotten way sicker. But then he looks at Toma and he's like, but this guy, he's changed the most. Because Toma has been training with Gontetsutai, right? So he's a demon now, right? This guy, Toma, he comes up and he goes, whoo, right up Juve. I'm like, yo, these guys are so crazy, right? Like, they're just dirty. But they cut it back, right? And then we get Fushi and Gentatsutai, right? And this is probably my favorite battle of the whole series so far, because Fushi and Gentatsutai, like, yo, the goated duo.
Round 1, fight!
Bro, like, they are too sick. And don't play with Fushi because he's a nerd, man. He's a little researcher, a little nerd, you know, he's a little scientist. He just wants to open people up and things. But yo, don't play with him. The first half of Fushi Gentatsutai versus Talfa's battle, it's kind of crazy, you know, because Talfa is just messing them up. She's pretty much toying with them the whole time, right? Like, Gentatsutai, he rushes in, he's like, yo, I'm just trying to have fun, you know? And boom, he gets hit with the Tao, right? And we get cut with Shion, Asemon Shion, and he's basically explaining to Fushi and Gentatsutai the basics of Tao, but they can't really get it, you know? And they keep battling Talfa, and Talfa is just messing them up like heavy, you know? There's this moment where Gentatsutai, he dodges one of the Tao blasts that she throws at him, and it's so funny because the man's like, yo, I got it now, and then she just proceeds to hit him with like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm like, damn. And she's like, yo, you're a liar, you ain't see shit, you know? And I'm like, bro, you know? But Fushi then, he takes the stand and he's like, yo, you kind of had it for a second there, so I'm gonna jump in and you have to just look and focus and try to see the Tao, right? Because Talfa, like, just messed up Gentatsutai so bad that literally, like, he's losing way too much blood, you know? Like, man literally just needs to sit down and watch for the Tao, you know? Fushi jumps in, and yo, the way Fushi was moving this episode, bro. The man's like, shoom. Man does like this triple flip. So, what? I'm like, yo, Fushi, who told you you could move like that, bro? Oh my god. Nah, I swear to God, guys, this might sound like Glaze, but I swear, if y'all are watching Hell's Paradise, you know. Like, I don't know if it's just me, but I was jumping up and down because these fight scenes were actually off the wall, man. I loved every single one of them. Like, yo, sword fights are like one of my favorite things to watch. And yo, like, they are delivering, man. They are delivering. Fushi is so crazy. There's this moment where Tafa's in the middle, right? And Gantetsutai is trying to hit her with a thrust, right? But she moves her head and Fushi is there, right? So Gantetsutai is about to hit Fushi. Fushi drops down. He does this roll, comes around and shoo, off the legs. I'm like, yo, my man's is more than a researcher. Of course he's an Assignment, but still, he's crazy. He's crazy. Anyway, he's pressing Taufa, right? But he super can't see the Tau, so he's getting moshed up. He comes up with this method though. He throws up this carpet, and the Tau hits the carpet, so he dodges it. You know, smart man, right? But still, it's not enough, right? Gantetsutai, he's so crazy, bro. This guy figures out that he needs to use his senses, right? Like, we cut back to a flashback of Shion saying like, you guys are too hard-headed. You only believe in what you can see. You need to just close your eyes, rely on your senses, and trust your instincts, you know? This man Gantetsutai rips out his eyeball. He rips out his eyeball. He's only got one left, but it's literally blurry, covered in blood. You know, he can't see nothing. And he's like, yo, I got it. He sees Fushi. He sees Taufa. He sees the Tau. He's like, yo, little man's in trouble. Man grabs him, and he does a woo, 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 woo. Yo, the sickest dodge sequence I've ever seen in my life. So crazy, you know? And then the episode cuts, you just get a close-up. This guy missing one eye, bloodied other eye. I'm going to start calling this guy Kenpachi Gantetsutai. He's so sick. Kenpachi, I swear to God, that's who he is, bruv. Kenpachi Gantetsutai. The next episode starts with Kenpachi, and he's moshing her up. Shoom, 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 shoom. Man cuts her into like 1,000,000 pieces. But Fushi's watching, you know, and he's like, it's not enough. Because Gantetsutai, he doesn't have the corresponding Tau attribute to hinder Taufa. So we can cut her 1,000,000 times. It doesn't mean nothing. She's going to regenerate, right? Fushi is the one who has the hindrance, right? So Fushi, this guy is so smart. He comes up with an idea. He literally grabs Taufa, you know? He's like holding on to her. He's like, yo, if I'm holding her, she won't be able to regenerate. But you need to like cut her navel like right here. He's like, without touching me. He's like, it would be easy work for me. But what about you, Blade Dragon? You know? Gantetsutai is like, oh, I'll show you, you know? And he's like, ooh, right? He has his eyes open at first, right? And then he's like, you know, I'm about to cut the little man. He closes his eyes. Cleanest cut ever. Oh, man. The guy's like, how'd you like me now, little man? How you like me now, little boy? I'm like, yo, gotta talk to time, bro. You're a demon, dog. You're a demon. The guy is crazy. The guy is crazy. He blind, mind you. Blind. Yeah. Crazy word. You know, like, yo, these battles were insane. If you want to see more anime reviews, if you want to see more breakdowns, hit that subscribe button, because guys, we are here every single week. And let me tell you something, guys, 2026 is gonna be absolutely crazy. We then though get a flashback of Jufa and Taufa, and I can't even lie, guys, like, this flashback was sad as shit, man. In all this action, it's so crazy. In all this action, they said, yo, remember where you're at. Like, this is a sad story. This is a love story. It's not all action, you know? because we get Jufa and Taofa's backstory. And basically, they were created together, two as one, you know? And it essentially was a paradise for the first little bit, you know? Like, they were living a great life with the other kids, with Rian, with May, you know? And it was great. They were having a lovely time. But then, you know, things started to go bad. All the animals started to die out. People started to, you know, get a little wonky. They started to go weird. All the other kids. Taofa, she was gentle, kind. And Jufa, he's really just like, yo, I want to protect her smile. I want to protect her innocence. You know? They get to this moment where it's like, Rian introduces the Hoko, right? And he's like, you guys are going to have to drain them for Tao, you know, to replenish yourselves. And Jufa, or Taofa, I mean, she's so gentle, you know, she's so kind. She's like, I don't want to drain them. I can't help but thinking about what they're going to feel like. And Jufa's like, don't worry, then we'll just eat fruit, you know? Like, they're very good, you know? Like, they're very good. But as the years go on, more training, you know, like they all start to get a little twisted and warped. And then it comes to a point where Taofa, she's making one of these boats to send out to lure the humans. And Jufa asks her, he's like, what are you doing? And she's like, oh, I'm making the boat. Like, is this okay? And he's like, damn. You know, he's like, yeah, it is okay, I guess. You know, he's like, the humans are just livestock. And she just starts bawling. You know, and I'm like, damn, that's sad. But I'm like, at this point, it's gonna be better that they die anyway. Their lives are miserable. Their lives are literally miserable. There's a point where Gontetsutsai and Fushi, when they're fighting Taofa, Gontetsutsai and Fushi, like, they're having fun, you know, like, they're smiling, they're like, yo, like, let's keep going. They're bloodied up and they're like, let's keep going, like, this is fun. Isn't this fun for you? And Taofa literally snaps. She's like, none of this is fun. I hate this. We've been here 1,000 years. We won't achieve immortality. All we do is lure humans in and train. That's it. For thousands of years. She's like, I'm only laughing so I don't go insane. Or maybe I'm insane and I'm already laughing. Who knows? Like, hates her life, you know, hates her life. But after Gontetsutsai cuts her and the flashback, that's when Jufa and Taofa actually, like, merge, right? Like, Ron's resurrection was, like, his own, right? Like, it was just him transforming into, like, a thing. Jufa and Taofa, their resurrection merges them into, like, this one big, giant, winged, ugly, monstrous deformity. It literally looks like something out of, like, a Lovecraftian horror movie, or, like, you know, like the Call of Cthulhu type shit, you know, like, it's gross, it's weird. And that's where we end the episode, you know. She pretty much pops off the resurrection. They join, and Gontetsutsai, Chobe, Toma, and Fushi all join up, and they're about to smoke them. And then we get a post-credit scene with Shugen. Guys, don't forget that Shugen is on the island, and this guy is an absolute unit and a psychopath. And he's like, he found 2 more Simon dead, and holy, any criminal he comes across, he's gonna try and smoke them. Like, I can't wait for when he finally meets up with the rest of the Asaemon, and he's like, whoa, you guys are friends with the criminals? You guys have been working with the criminals to get off the island together? Oh man, he's gonna try and kill everybody. Shugen is crazy. Like, just remember that too. Like, all this going on in the background, and there's a third party on the way. Guys, I hope you guys are watching Hell's Paradise, because out of the Dark Trio, Hell's Paradise genuinely might be the best. It might be the best. Hell's Paradise might be better than JJK season 3 right now. I have to say it. I have to say it, man. Hell's Paradise is crazy good. It is so good. And the fact that nobody is talking about it is so crazy. You know? It's crazy. It is crazy. Because I think Hell's Paradise is clearing JJK right now. But let me know what you guys think. Are you watching Hell's Paradise? Do you think it clears JJK? I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. Comment down below, because you guys know I will respond to each and every comment. Let me know down below what you guys thought. If you're not watching Hell's Paradise, for Christ's sake, start that right now, because it is amazing. Like, actually incredible. But thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you thought. Hit that subscribe button, and we will be back again with another one.